Kia ora koutou, ko takatimu toku waka, ko tamatia te rangatia o te waka, ko ngā puki turua toku manga, ko tuki tuki toku awa, ko Ngāti Kānunu te Heratonga toku iwi, ko Ngātai Whatuawhiti toku hapu, ko Rotorua te ronga waiwai, ko Derek Playdale toku ingoa, nā reira, tēnei koutou, tēnei tātou katoa. Hi, I'm Derek. So prior to the injury, I was very high functioning for my age group, rode big motorbikes, was quite athletic and strong. Got onto an e-scooter that I own. And silly me, didn't put a helmet on, only 300 metres from home, came off the scooter. It was going about 37 kilometres an hour, and as I described to my children, I slid along the tarmac of the road like a big walrus seal would slide on ice. The moment of impact was the frontal lobe and both hands, which broke. One of the first things that I found out was who are your true friends you can rely on. My estranged wife took the very brave and strong decision, which I completely endorsed, that she did not want to be involved with someone who was going through a long-term injury. So I lost that crutch to lean on, so to speak. So for me, I was on my own. Initially, not too much concentrating on what was happening with the head, but the first thing that I noticed was migraines that wouldn't go away they were there for 24 hours a day. As things progressed, short-term memory, I couldn't remember from a couple of hours ago to the last couple of days. It was a while before I reached out for help, and that was a significant error, because once I started getting therapeutic help, I started to recover significantly from where I was. After the accident, initially I could not walk or talk. The ongoing symptoms in my case is why I carry a cane is nothing wrong with the legs, it's a vertigo, which is there all the time, so the room's spinning. Sorry, my speech, I forgot to mention the most obvious one that you're now witnessing. I was someone who used to be president of Lions clubs and rugby clubs, a very good public speaker. In fact, sometimes I would talk too fast, and now I have to learn to form the words in my brain before I express them and slow my speaking down. And that, in truthfulness, did knock my confidence in regards to socialising with other people or ordering at a cafe and things like that. I should have asked for help. I'm someone who's spent a lot of time in rural environments, and I was a rugby man. I played rugby, senior premier rugby, for 26 years up to the age of 44, and all of that persona meant for me as a Kiwi male, very aligned with rugby and drinking beer with mates, I didn't ask for help. Luckily for me, one of my daughters came and she found me. It was 4 or 5 weeks after the accident, and her words were that I was basically comatose. I was rocking, I was trying to suppress migraines with Panadol, and she took me through to the doctor, who then diagnosed post-concussion. And that was the start of my true journey of recovery. I had 2 separate physios. One physio would work on my gait and my balance. The other would work on my eyes, hearing, and my vertigo. I had an occupational therapist come see me once a week and would go for a walk. I had to use stroller. And a speech and language therapist. And we had to start basic. It was a bit like going back to kindergarten and learn to speak again and to remember. For me, I may always have migraines and vertigo. The migraines are suppressed by medication, but so that I can have a inclusive life. So I can do the things that I want to do. I'm nearing retirement, in my retirement, and have an inclusive life, be able to travel. I've got a good sense of humour, and I encourage anyone who's going through something like this to really use your sense of humour. For example, the neurologist explained what was happening to me. Her hypothesis was, let's call your brain Fred, and Fred's not talking to the rest of the body. So the humour within my small group of social friends is Fred's playing up again, because I have good days and bad days. I knew that I had to put barriers around my recovery. For example, I mentioned that I was a light social drinker. Alcohol per se may not be bad for me. It's the dehydration from the alcohol whilst the brain's trying to recover, which is very bad. Zero alcohol beer for me, and water, and everyone in the environment knew that Derek's currently not drinking. So putting little boundaries, using humour, and being honest helped me through to the extent where I was able to register with a local gym and go to the gym just with, I'd use a friend's mobility card to get to the gym, and then I'd use the stick and I would start exercising, which helped. Being in public places for me has been a challenge. I don't know what everyone else's journey is, but I used to be a very confident person. Now, when I'm in a mall or a supermarket, I found that sometimes I would have to leave the supermarket trolley and walk out, feeling of being overwhelmed, and the unrealistic feeling that everybody's looking at you, so to speak. My speech is improving a lot, but it was quite bad for a period of time. So for a while I did isolate. I hid away and ordered my groceries in, but I knew that wasn't good for me. With my friends, you get mixed results. Some of my friends, when I called myself a light social drinker, if they were honest, they probably called themselves heavy social drinkers. And it took quite a while. They were very frustrated because I often was the life of a party, that Derek would not sit with them for anything more than an hour and a half drinking non-alcohol choices. And it took a little while for them to accept that things have changed, and they've probably changed for the longer term. But others, I formed some new friendships, and because one thing when you're in the public and you show vulnerability, some people do gravitate towards you. My previous persona, I'm covered in tattoos, but they're all tattoos to tell a story because I'm Māori on my mother's side, Ngāti Kānunu. But I had sort of had a gruff, bitey type exterior to look at, but a very soft heart if people got to know me. But I have really been able to drop my boundaries and my barriers, and so I've formed some really good friendships, and I find that my emotions are a lot more open now because of the journey that I went through, so I can speak from the heart and be a lot more transparent about things.